Welcome back to Velvet Dread, where shadows speak and silence listens. Tonight's tale takes us to the quiet farming town of Marrow Creek, where the pumpkins grow unnaturally large, and the price of the harvest is steep. So dim the lights, lock the doors, and let the dread begin. They say the soil in Marrow Creek is rich. Too rich. The kind of rich that makes pumpkins swell to the size of bathtubs, their skins thick and veined like muscle. Every October, the town hosts its famed Harvest Jubilee, drawing tourists from all over the state. They come for the spectacle. The oversized gourds, the corn mazes, the hay rides, and the pumpkin pies that taste just a little too sweet. But the locals know better than to indulge too deeply. They smile for the cameras, wave at the visitors, and keep their children close, because the truth is buried deeper than the roots. Marrow Creek wasn't always like this. Before the harvests became legendary, it was just another sleepy town tucked between the hills and the woods. That changed in 1937, the year the crops failed. The corn shriveled. The apples rotted on the branch. The pumpkins never sprouted. Livestock died without explanation. And then, children began to disappear. One by one. Always in the final week of October. No bodies, no clues, just a single pumpkin left on each doorstep, carved with a screaming face. The town was gripped by fear. Families fled. Churches held vigils, but nothing stopped the disappearances. Until, one day, they did. The elders claimed they'd found a way to appease whatever force had cursed the land. They never said what it was, only that the harvest would return, and that every 7th year one child would be chosen. Quietly, secretly. The pact was never written down, but it was honored, and the harvests flourished. This year is the 7th. 12-year-old Eli Granger lives on the edge of town, in a weathered farmhouse surrounded by cornfields. He's a quiet kid, curious, observant, with a habit of sketching things he sees in his dreams. Lately, those dreams have grown darker. He's been drawing vines, thick, gnarled ones that twist around his bedposts. A scarecrow with hollow eyes and a stitched mouth. A pumpkin with a face that looks like his own. Screaming. His parents, Sarah and Tom, are worried. Eli's been sleepwalking. He's been waking up with dirt under his fingernails. And last week, he came to breakfast with a fresh scratch across his cheek, shaped like a vine. They took him to Dr. Mallory, the town's only physician. She ran tests, found nothing. But her hands trembled when she handed back the results. "I'd keep him inside," she said, "especially at night." The Harvest Jubilee begins on October 1st. The town square is decorated with hay bales and scarecrows, children bob for apples, tourists snapped photos of massive pumpkins lined up like trophies. But Eli doesn't go. His parents keep him home, away from the festivities. Still, the town watches. Neighbors glance at the Granger house with a mix of pity and relief. Sheriff Dunley drives by twice a day, never stopping. Pastor Cole leaves a basket of baked goods on the porch and a note that simply reads, "May God protect him." Eli's dreams intensify. He sees the scarecrow walking, not stumbling, walking. Its movements are deliberate, almost human. It stands on the edge of the cornfield, watching the house. Every night, it's closer. On October 15th, Eli disappears for 3 hours. His parents find him in the barn, curled up in the hay, whispering to himself. "They said I'm the seed," he mutters. "They said I have to grow." Sarah weeps. Tom nails the windows shut. The next day, the Grangers receive a letter. No return address, just a single sentence. "Prepare the offering." Tom burns the letter. Sarah calls Pastor Cole. He arrives with a Bible and a shotgun. "I thought we stopped this," he says. "I thought we were done." But the pact was never broken, only delayed. October 31st arrives. The town is quiet. No trick-or-treaters, no parties. The Harvest Jubilee ends early. Tourists are ushered out. Locals lock their doors. At the Granger house, candles burn in every room. Eli sits in the living room, sketching. His latest drawing shows a scarecrow standing in the doorway, holding a pumpkin with Eli's face. At midnight, the candles flicker. The wind howls and the front door creaks open. Tom grabs the shotgun. Sarah clutches Eli, but the doorway is empty. Then, from the porch, a voice. "The seed must be sown." Eli stands. His eyes are blank. He walks to the door. Tom tries to stop him, but the vines are already inside. They burst through the floorboards, wrapping around his legs, pulling him down. Sarah screams. Pastor Cole fires the shotgun, but the shells dissolve into mist. Eli steps outside. The scarecrow is waiting. It kneels, offers the pumpkin. Eli takes it, and together they walk into the cornfield. By morning, the house is silent. The town wakes to find a single pumpkin on the Granger porch, carved with a screaming face. The harvest is saved. Until next time.